All right, it'd be nice to show how compound interest works. And for this, there's a number of different formulas you could use. The one which we use in class has been A, that is the final amount which you've got in the bank, or the final amount you've got after interest is added, is equal to P. P is the principal, that's the bit you start with. And we're going to multiply that by 1 plus the interest rate times the time period for which it's invested. So let's have a look at how this might play out. And there's two things, by the way, here which for this coming exam you'd be expected to answer. The first is to find the total amount, including the interest, after a certain time period. The second thing you need to be able to find is the interest alone, just the interest. So let's have a go at doing the former first. So let's imagine we've got a principal, and the principal, in other words, you're investing, let's say $500. And we're investing $500 at an interest rate. The interest rate is let's say 4.5%. And we're investing it for a time period of, let's say, 7 years or 7 months, or whatever period of time this is. So let's now populate the equation with our information, and we have to do this in a very special way. The most important bit of this is as we put everything in, as needed by the equation. So this will be 1 plus the interest rate, and this must be changed, of course, to a decimal. So this becomes 0.045. In other words, we divide the percentage, the interest rate, by 100. We turn, in other words, the interest rate into a decimal. So here it is. So it's going to be 0.045. And we put that to the power of 7. All right, so we're going to need a calculator for this one. But quite honestly, I mean, if you just know you can add those two, you can do that in your head. So 500, and this is going to be 1.045, all to the power of 7. Oops, I was going to say t then, but all to the power of 7. That's not very good. Let's get that right. Here we go. So all to the power of 7, and then we can just pop that straight into the calculator. Let's have a look, see where we land. So we're going to have 500 times 1.045, and that bit there is to the power of 7, and we get our answer straight away, $680, and we're going to do it 0.43. 680.43. Now, it's in dollars, because we have a dollar sign here, so we must have a dollar sign here, no space between the dollar and the number, and that would be our answer. Now, that's to find the total amount. If we were just to find the interest, and it said, what is the interest gained if you invested 500 at 4.5% for 7 years? Then we would then subtract the 500 from this amount. So let's do that now. So the total amount is 680, but the interest only, and I'll put I here, interest is the 680.43 minus the 500. So straight away, you've got your 0.43, it's a 3 there, and we've got an 80 here, and we've got 1. So the total interest is going to be 100. It's not a very good dollar sign, is it? That's not a very good anything, really. That's a 0. Yeah, okay. So the total interest is $180.43. So just to go back over that, in fact, I'll just do one more bit of fun here. Let's say we've got a principal of, let's say, $700 this time. Let's make it 7,000. How's that? And the rate we're doing it for is 1.25%. And the time period is 10 years. All right, and we're going to find the total. We're also going to find the interest. Here we go. So I'll say A is equal to P times 1 plus R, all to the power of T. So A is equal to P, which is 7,000, times 1 point, and we're going to have 0.125 to the power of 10. There it is, equals, and we can just go straight into the calculator. here we go. Calculator is, and we say we've got 7,000. We're going to go times 1.0125 all to the power of 10, and we end up with 7,925. Now we've got 0.895, so we're going to bump up that 9 to a 10, so it's going to be 7925.90. There it is. Equals 7925.90. These are dollars, and that's the total amount, including the interest. So if we want to find the amount excluding the interest, we would say, in other words, sorry, not excluding the interest, the total amount which we have earned, the extra bit, in other words, just the interest, it's going to be 7,925.90 minus the 7,000, which just leaves us with the $925.90. And that's how we find the interest. That's how we find the total. Hope that makes sense, folks.